Hi there. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. Fundify is designed to help investment clubs move from multiple spreadsheets, chat messages, and manual follow up into one simple system. In this demo series, I'll walk you through the experience from signing in to setting up your club to importing historical data and then using your platform for the day to day work of managing contributions, loans, records, and reporting. Let's start by signing in. I'm going to sign in as a club administrator. This is the kind of user who would typically create the club, has permission to invite members, and configure the operating rules for that group. Let me do that by clicking on the Sign Up Your Club button right at the top. Here you can see that a user can either continue with Google or sign up by entering their name, email address, and password. Continuing with Google is slightly more straightforward, but in this case, I'm going to use the email and password option. I'll fill in my name, email, and set up the password. Once that's done, I'm signed in and ready to set up the club. If this is a brand new club or group, the admin creates the club from here. If the user already belongs to a club, they can simply sign in and go straight to the existing workspace. In this case, I'm setting up a new club, so I'll create it from scratch at this stage. This is where I enter the basic information that defines the workspace, such as the club name and the other details that the system needs. My club name is going to be the Compounders Investment Club. And club description, let me go with this. Circle friends, intention about growing their money together, etc. etc. Currency is UGX. I'll also enter a minimum amount of 50,000 and a fine percentage of 10%. These details are not too important at this stage because they can always be adjusted later in the financial rules section. So I will create my club. After the club details are entered, the admin goes through the plan and payment step. At this point, the club selects a plan and adds a payment method, but the first 2 months are free, so there is no charge during that trial period. If the club does not cancel just before the end of the 2 month trial, billing will begin automatically after the 2 months using the payment method on file. If a payment fails, the club is given a 7-day grace period to update their payment method before access is restricted. For this demo, I'm going to go with a starter tier and add my card details. So subscribe. Once the card has been processed, I now have access to the club workspace. The sidebar, as you can see, gives me access to the main areas of the system. My dashboard, payments, loans, members, finances, reports, audit log, meetings, document vault, and settings. And this is our club, this is the club name, the Compounders Investment Club. And yeah, this is my dashboard as a member and an admin. The next step is bringing members into the workspace. That happens in the members section. Right here. There are a couple of ways to invite people depending on how the club wants to onboard members. One option is to invite members directly by email. This option is useful when the admin has members' email addresses. Before sending the invitation, the admin can also choose the role for the member. In this example, I'm going to use the member role. The other option is to use an invite link or invite code. This is useful when the club wants a quicker onboarding process for approved members. Instead of entering each person one by one, the admin can share the link or code by, for example, through WhatsApp and let members join directly. When they do that, members will still be prompted for their email address. That part is important because members should join using their own email addresses. A member's email address becomes their unique identifier in the group. That means the activity, permissions, payments, and history cannot be tied back to the right person. So I'm going to use the invite with emails, and I am going to add my members' email addresses. And for all, as you said, member, and you can choose the time your invite will be valid for, and send the invitation. Once they accept the invitation, they'll be added to the members list and will be able to access the workspace. So all the 9 members have joined and are now in my member list. I have a total of 10 members, 10 active members, one admin, that's myself. You can change a member's role if necessary. For example, if I want to change Joan Muganga to treasurer, I click on her name and change role to treasurer and save. In just a few steps, we've gone from signing up to creating a club, choosing a plan, adding a payment method, and inviting members into the workspace. In the next video, I'll show you how to configure the financial rules so the system reflects how your club actually operates. Thank you.